It's an old story, but I was 9 years old and it was my first trip to Paris. And my parents took me to a venerable old bistro that had been in existence since the early 19th century. And I ordered a glass of milk, and the waiter looked at me, dumbfounded, and said, "Milk is for babies." And I made the connection that night that this was my ticket out of childhood, that wine was going to take me on a trip to being an adult. And I noticed that people that were in wine were working outdoors and that they could have dogs with them at work. And I thought, wow, that is great. That's what I want to do. So my winemaking philosophy is that the wine is made in the vineyard, and that we assert ourselves in the vineyard as soon as the vineyard buds out. I think the most important thing is not what I'm looking for, but what the vineyard is telling me to do. The vineyard dictates everything in winemaking. We are simply caretakers, and we try to get the grapes to where we want them, where they're going to produce great wines. So it's not me dominating the wine and imposing my style on it. It's the vineyard telling me what the style is, and I'm following that dictate from the land. I think wine is a really special thing because there are few things that you put into bottle from a single year and that express the characteristics of that year. It's sort of as if you're taking the summer sunshine of a single year and sticking it in a bottle and then opening it up at some other distant point in the future. And there's something sort of magical and time travel-esque about that moment. To me, Blackbird means right bank varietals. It means Merlot first, it means Cabernet Franc. And that was the initial focus of Blackbird, and still to this day, the focus. I think in Napa Valley, we've become too focused on single varietal wines, and especially too focused on Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon is a great varietal because it's a very versatile varietal. It can grow in a lot of different sites and a lot of different climates, but it doesn't have the finesse of Merlot or Cabernet Franc. And Merlot and Cabernet Franc are two varietals that much more intensely show where they're grown. And I think they grow beautifully in Napa Valley, and they show a great deal of character. It's that commitment to those two varietals that are two of my favorite varietals in winemaking that gets me excited about Blackbird.